Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the new update that is coming to Blade & Soul in May. Also, if you want to see more content like this, you can like and subscribe. You can also click that bell notification to stay updated on when I post new videos. So what is coming? We have new dungeon, new accessories, new weapon, new pet aura, so it's a lot. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Okay guys, so we're back again with another update video, and I know you guys like when I do these kind of videos. Now the thing with this one is that I dropped it pretty early, so don't expect a patch preview video. This is just about what's coming. So yeah, so before we jump into anything, a big disclaimer before we start. Most of the information that I am giving you guys here is basically from the Alice Korea Discord, so you can check that out in the description down below. Also, keep in mind that we don't always get everything from Korea one-to-one. Sometimes there is changes, such as the class change voucher that we got in the last update. Now, other servers got this for permanent, and for our server, it's not. So that is a big example of how they do things. Keep in mind that they can delay the patches also, so we don't have to get the May patch in May. We can get it in June, so that is something else to look out for. If it's not ready, they are going to delay it, so that is something else to note. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So the first thing that we're going to be discussing is the Blade Master and Bard nerf, or the Musician nerf. Now, if you've been keeping up with my videos, you should know that Blade Masters and Musicians are getting nerfed. Now, I will leave the exact nerf on the screen. Now, why is this important with the May update is because this should be the patch that has the skill update that should nerf these classes. Now the thing with this is getting a nerf right after Soul League is a pretty bad experience. Now why is it? Soul League is currently giving your character a buff. Now after Soul League ends, you will lose this buff and then you will lose the damage from the nerf. So you will feel like you lost a lot of damage, but keep in mind the nerf that the Musician is getting is a pretty big one. So I'm not sure how much of a DPS loss you will suffer. But keep in mind guys, this is not confirmed to come in the May patch, but normally with the big updates, that's when we see the skill changes come in. Now, with that being said, I did saw a post on the Blade & Soul forum with someone saying that they don't like when their class get nerfed because that's the reason why they're playing the class, because of its DPS. But keep in mind, guys, that every new class that comes in the game, they will make it OP and then slowly nerf it. Now, this is not the first nerf that Musician is getting. Over time, we'll see where the class lands when we're talking about DPS. But for now, if you're just playing the class for DPS, brace yourself for that nerf. Now, I don't like the Musician class, number one, because it's boring. Number two, it doesn't move much. And number three, the skills are pretty mediocre. Now, I like to see flashy skills and a nice smooth rotation with the class that I am playing. So yeah, I was never a fan of that class. Currently, you can get out DPS by pretty much any Musician with the same category of gear that you have. So that is basically it for skill changes. So let's jump into the other segment of this video, and that is item drop changes and item changes. Now in this segment, I will be discussing things that you can look out for. Now I'm not sure if it will come in this patch, but these are changes that will come eventually. So yeah. So the first thing that we can look forward to in the future is basically the increase in the True Po Soul Shield drop rate. Now, as you know, doing CSC 5 is pretty annoying because the drop rate of the True or the Mythical Soul Shield is pretty low. They will increase the drop rate, so it's gonna be pretty easy for you to get those items and get your Soul Shield set completed as a new player. Another change that we can look forward to is the removal of the Upsurge weapon from the Stage 5 Demon's Bane dungeon. Now with that being said, they will replace this with the True Upsurge weapon, so it will be super easy for new players to farm this. Also, it will be super easy for endgame players to get their true upsurge weapon because, as you know, doing stage 8, it's pretty hard, and also the drop rate is pretty low. So yeah. Now with them implementing newer accessories, we should see the older ones more often, or it should be easier to farm in general. Now this is where we're going to see selection chests for these Accs accessories. Now I'm not sure how they're going to be doing the Demon's Bane rotation, but as you know, once a newer dungeon comes out that gives you a higher tier of ring, the older dungeon that gave you the older tier will be moved to a normal dungeon, and then the newer dungeon will become the new Demon's Bane dungeon. So that is something you should be aware of already. They will also remove the upsurge weapon and the Accs accessories that are sold by the merchant in Mushin Tower. So yeah, now keep in mind some of these changes are not in the May patch, but it's something that you should keep an eye out for. Don't let them surprise you, okay? So with that out of the way, let's talk about the new dungeon. Now this dungeon is called the Isle of the Swaying Wind, and this dungeon will drop the new weapon, the new glove, the new earring, and the new ring. It will also drop the new soul badge. Now keep in mind, when these do impact our servers, you will be able to buy them with achievements and fragments. So even though you get them from the dungeon drop, you can get them from merchant. Now I will put a screenshot of a merchant shop on the screen so you can see the cost of these items. Now keep in mind, some of these items do have stage requirements, so you have to do like floor 8 30 times to get the achievement, and then you're able to buy the weapon. So I will go through these items one by one. So I will start with the weapon, okay? So from what I'm seeing here is that the weapon and the soul badge drops from stage 8 and the accessories drop from stage 5. Now that is really interesting to see. So that is something that you should expect when this hits our server. So yeah. So this weapon is a tier above the true upsurge weapon that we currently have in the game right now, and you will need the true upsurge weapon to evolve to this new stage of weapons. So if you are a new player, don't expect to get this anytime soon unless you have a true weapon. But as I said, they will make the true weapon easier to get, but keep in mind the succession. As you know, you need a plus 11 or maybe a plus 16. Who knows what will happen when this new weapon hits our server. So yeah, you will be able to buy the weapon and the soul badge with materials when you clear floor 8 30 times. So yeah, that is basically the achievement. I will put the fragments on the screen so you can see all the fragments and the keys and all these upgrade items that comes along with this new dungeon, and it's a lot, okay? So yeah, so in order to buy the weapon, you will need 650 fragments. I will put that on the screen. And also you will need the floor 830 run achievement. So that is what you need to get the weapon. Also, if you want the weapon essence, you're going to need to trade 10 fragments to get this, okay? Now let's talk about the soul badge. Now this soul badge is basically a tier above the one that we currently have in the game, which is the Serpent's Den. Okay, I will put the fragment on the screen. So yeah. So in order to buy the soul badge chest, you will need 250 fragments along with the floor 8 30 times run achievement, okay? Also for the soul badge essence, you will need 10 fragments, okay? So that is the cost. Now for the accessories, you will need 80 fragments in order to purchase this, and there is no achievement, okay? Also, I will put up again the merchant shop on the screen so you can see everything and the cost, okay? Okay guys, so we are getting a new pet aura, so I will show you the image on the screen and also the odds of upgrading. Now that is basically it for the May patch. Now I will show you on the screen what's coming in July. Now July is the next big patch that we're getting, and then after that the next big patch is coming out in October. Now as they said in the producer's letter, they said that September will be a week patch. So after July we'll have August, September, and then we'll have the big patch in October. Now, this big patch should be a class. Now, we're not sure what will happen as yet. Now, this big patch in October should be a new class. Now, this is not confirmed, but every year we do get a new class, and we do get it around that time. Now, if they say September is a weak patch, then that means it's either October or December. So if October is a big patch, then that means December will be the last big patch of 2023. And we don't know what's coming after that. Now, what's going to determine the October patch is the next patch that Korea gets. So we need to keep a close eye on that. And as soon as I know, I will give you more information. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, you can join my Discord server to see more information about progression when it comes to new and returning players. Also, you can subscribe to this channel, click the bell notification to stay updated on when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching this video, and goodbye.